Is Werewolf by Night Marvel's darkest project yet, or is it a disappointment? We're going to talk about it right now. What is up, Flick fans? Welcome back to my channel. Marvel Phase 4 has been somewhat of a disappointment for a lot of people. There have been projects I have enjoyed, but this was their opportunity to kind of bring us something fresh and new, and that's what I want to talk about today. What is Werewolf by Night? Love the trailer. We're going to get into it. I need you guys in the comments down below. And hey, if you enjoy this video, drop a like. Yeah, unless you don't want to. On a dark and somber night, a secret group of monster hunters emerge from the shadows and gather at the foreboding Bloodstone Temple following the death of their leader. In a strange memorial to the leader's life, the attendees are thrust into a mysterious and deadly competition for a powerful relic hunt that will ultimately bring them face to face with a dangerous monster. This is inspired by horror films of the 1930s and 40s, and it's described as a new corner of the Marvel Cinematic Universe directed by Michael Giacchino, and it is rated TV-14 according to IMDb, but after watching, I'm like, I could see a TV mature rating, and that's a strange thing to say because we're not used to saying something like that with the MCU, but let me tell you, horror fans, especially fans of the classic, like it said, 1930s and 40s monster movies, which is, something we expect to get from Universal when they tried to bring back The Mummy. Well, that movie sucked. Or these other studios. We're not used to seeing Disney provide something like this, especially within the confines of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But you know what? Werewolf by Night is the most distinct and different project I've seen in Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm putting it right next to WandaVision just because that show was structured so differently, but looking at this from a dark perspective, just kind of brutal, because they're not afraid to show you the crazy kills, the blood, pushing the gore to that point. It's black and white, right? So they're going to find ways around showing us certain things, but they actually show a lot. That's why I was surprised by IMDb telling me this is TV-14. I'm still questioning that. And we'll get into the impact of the director here in just a second, but I want to start with this story, right? It's interesting because you have all of these quirky, I don't want to use the word wacky because they don't try to overdo it with the jokes and the humor. I think that's one big complaint that people have had, especially in this phase. You don't get a lot of that shoehorned ridiculousness in this project. It's more so the natural humor of the situation and these crazy individuals gathered around to kind of embark in this competition of sorts where everyone's going after each other, and the winner kind of gets an interesting prize of some sort. And there's a very interesting character at the center of all of this that, let's just say, fits firmly in the Monsterverse. The character's already been in the marketing, so it's nothing spectacular. And, you may be asking yourself, well, what else do they have, right? Is there a cameo? Is there things that we've seen before and Easter eggs and all the Not really, but I didn't think this project needed it. I like the fact that it's able to stand on its own. I like the fact that it looks and feels so distinctly different. The style, the story's cool, right? You have all of these kind of monster hunters in competition. There's lore there. There's a backstory there that they ever so slightly explore. It felt like there wasn't enough time to explore all of the interesting things going on because the project's only 50 minutes, and that's my biggest criticism. I wanted more. That's a testament to the movie itself, but there just wasn't nearly enough time to put everything I think they needed to put in terms of character development and building up a few of these supporting characters, because there are deaths that happen here, and I'm just like, I didn't really know who that was, so I didn't care as much as they wanted me to care. They were interesting, but there's just not enough time to explore those things. Regardless, you look at what they are able to do with this crazy monster hunt, and we're focused on two individuals in particular, and maybe the two individuals that are still kind of questioning whether or not they themselves belong there or not, and motivations start to come into question. There's a mystery going on along with this clash of all of these different characters. So it's really cool in that way, but then you have the classic horror look and feel. It's black and white. The cinematography, the way that it shows certain perspectives of characters, the slow zooms in and out of individuals' faces, the following them along in these corridors, not knowing someone's right behind you about to attack. I just loved the look and feel. It's so stylistic. It's so fresh. So that was really cool. I look at the director here, Michael Giacchino, who is normally bringing us the music behind some of our favorite MCU projects, whether that be a Spider-Man or a Doctor Strange. And now he said, you know what? I'm not only going to show you that I can knock that out of the park, I'm going to show you that I can come in and direct the absolute frick Marvel out of this movie project. Both the screenplay and the direction, and the fact that Giacchino actually provided the music for this project as well. It felt like his baby, and I like that a lot, and I want to see him do more. Marvel, if you're smart, bring him back. And Blade's got an opening right now. I'm just saying. So yeah, my biggest problem is we needed more time. It needed more fleshing out, whether it be certain characters, the overall situation, kind of the way that it all wraps up. I felt that it moved maybe even too quick, but that's okay because it's a quick watch, it's an easy watch, it's an entertaining watch, and the fact that I wanted more meant that I enjoyed what I actually got. So before I give you guys my score, thank you so much for watching. What is your favorite MCU project, and is this one a surprise for you? Whenever you get to see it, come back, let me know, and drop a like. That'd be cool. Werewolf by Night is exactly what the MCU needs. This is a fresh and beautifully directed throwback monster movie that leans heavier into horror than anything else in the universe. Visually, there's so much to love, but the cinematography is top-notch. Great work from the director. I'm going an 84% with my score. It is absolutely worth it, especially since we're getting close to Halloween. Spooky. I don't want to make this review longer than the movie, so we're going to end like this. It's stupid.